This is Eric Rattan of Cannibal Corpse. You are listening to the Scars and Guitars podcast with Andrew McKay Smith.
Greetings all, and thank you for tuning into the show because I've got a guest for the ages, a conversation featuring Matt Pike from Sleep and High on Fire. I've been looking forward to this chat for years. Been a fan of Matt's guitar playing and his approach to songwriting for ages. Ever since I heard Dopesmoker from Sleep way back in, I think I heard it in about 2001, but it's been around for about 22 or 23 years. So that album, we do discuss that album, but that's not actually the catalyst for the chat with Matt. The reason I have an opportunity to share a conversation with you is due to his semi-eponymously released solo album. It's titled Pike Vs The Automaton, and it is chock full of all of the reasons appreciators of dirty, downtuned guitar work with gruff vocals a la Corrosion of Conformity, Crowbar, High on Fire, Sleep. What we love about those bands, Matt is one of the best in the business at combining the characteristics across songs, therefore albums. Man, what can I say? I can say this actually, the quality of the connection, the Zoom connection, was absolutely shit. So work with us on that one there. I've had to do some heavy editing on this one to ensure that it is indeed listenable because the quality of the conversation is absolutely there. So this is a conversation I was looking forward to sharing with you, and I had to do some cleaning up of the call quality. Nevertheless, the conversation it's one that I believe if you're a fan of the man, if you're a fan of rock music and metal, there you go. You're going to appreciate what Matt Pike has to say. Before we get to the chat, if you're listening via the podcast app, we're going to listen to a tune. I've handpicked one. It's titled Land. Once that's finished, we'll cut to the conversation. And if you're tuning in via YouTube, we're going to cut to the chat right now. I've been looking forward to this chance to chat to you for ages, mate. I've I've got to say, I think your album with Sleep, Dopesmoker, I call it Dopesmoker. I know it's got a couple of names, but I think that's just truly a landmark, Matt. And I think you need to understand that album in particular, in and amongst your catalogue, I think it's probably one of the most important albums post Pink Floyd, Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin, and it's an album whose legend continues to grow in stature each year. Now, I know we're not here specifically to talk about that one, but I had to give you that feedback just based on your magnificent guitar playing there. Now, you've got a solo album out. Did you ever think you'd get to a point where you'd have an album which is, I know you're not totally for the word solo album, but yeah, the solo album, Pike Versus The Automaton.
Well, yeah, I guess that's one of the cool things forced by COVID is I got a lot of stuff done in hiding, because, I followed the rules, but, my friend John is a drummer and he was like one of our family. So he was always over at the house. Even I was like, if we get sick, we get sick. Because it was hard for anybody outside of your own house to come in and out. We took that chance. I had to fucking jam, and so did he. And so we just put that album very slowly, and I started asking different people to play on it, and it turned out, very cool, very cool. I put a lot of work into it, and it kept me from going off the deep end, which everybody kind of getting to that point. I live in a place though where they started it early. We actually opened up earlier than everybody else in Oregon, and then closed down kind of halfway again. But it's been, if you can tolerate the masks while you're indoors, it's been, I don't wear a mask outside ever. I go outside to smoke. I've had every version. So, it was cool. We just stayed in my garage. And, I bought a bunch of mushrooms and and weed, get like that. And garage and kind of pound it out, And, and get out once in a while. I bought an electric bike that goes like 60 miles an hour. And so
Nice.
I'd ride that thing around, buzz all over the place. And, yeah, but yeah, it has a lot of different people on it. It has Brent Hines from Mastodon. It has Todd Burdett from Tragedy. My wife plays quite a bit of stuff on it. Billy Anderson recorded it, did a bunch of, it's got a bunch of cool samples and psychedelic shit we put on it. Yeah, we had my friend Josh play on it. My friend and longtime friend and guitar tech for Sleep and sound guy for High on Fire for a number of years. And yeah, of a kind of functional people coming out of COVID functioning, you know. So
yeah, well, I got sent it last night, and so I've had a couple of listens through. Okay. And I already feel as though, being relatively familiar with your catalogue across Sleep and High on Fire, I feel as though the tune Land is amongst your finest. So what's that song there about?
Well, it's about a bad guy. And you know how all stories about bad dudes, you know, that it will be like they turn good, or the Shawshank Redemption kind of thing, or something. There's like light at the end of the tunnel. It's a song about an asshole with no light at the end of the tunnel. He's just a dick and a fucking shit disturber. And my best friend, Tim, the guy with the beard in the video, the big guy starting all the shit dancing and stuff, he plays that character, and he does it really good. That guy's hilarious. And he's one of the tougher guys in the world I know. He was a Marine, like recon sniper, MMA fighter, like all sorts of weird shit. So, yeah, he plays the role really good.
Yeah.
It's a bad guy that does bad things and has a bad ending. You know, no hope. You brought this on yourself.
Nice. Yeah. Have you ever thought about exploring that side of your creativity a bit more? Because what I loved about it was it's a very slow, dirgy lament. And I feel as though sometime in the near future, it would be wonderful to hear a full album of that sort of music from you.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be doing something with, I'm going to continue this Automaton project. I'm going to be doing something with Brent Hines, though, and I'm flying to Atlanta this week and working on some stuff kind of like that, or kind of just more like club rock, but stranged out a little bit more. We'll see where it goes. We have some tunes and riffs and stuff, but we have to complete like a couple blueprints a little better, because actually the shutdowns shut that down for me and him, you know, like getting together all that much or anything. You know, I just continued to make what he came to like kind of play on, and he played on that song, so it's cool, you know.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah. I didn't read the liner notes that carefully then, if that's the case. Yeah, but yeah, no, that's killer, mate. Great. You've got a range of people you can collaborate with. So allow me to ask this question. I might be wrong here, but I can't see that you've actually collaborated on a tune with the great Phil Anselmo yet. Would that potentially be something you'd be willing to do in the future?
Oh, it's something I already thought of. But I wanted to be surprising next record. But yeah, we've had, I haven't, but John has definitely hit Phil up. I hadn't talked to him in a while. And he said he'd be down. There's a few other people, friends with Kim Thiel. I was going to ask him. I was going to ask the boss. There's a few friends that like I'm going to ask to play on and do a tune with if they're willing. I don't know if they will yet or not. I have some other ideas, but you know, that project is what it turns out to be. And you can't plan that thing. You just do it. Like that whole thing I just did.
Yeah.
Because there was no time. I mean, if we'd opened up like the studio for like the time it opened up, and then it shut down again, I'm like, I'm glad I booked it for then, because then we could get the big studio, and then I could work out of Billy's basement with the guitar tracks and singing and drum tracks, or not tracks. I mean, that's the main thing. It's not the best drum room for, you know, and we wanted some big bad drums. So, Yeah, and so I was booking Hollowed Halls that year and recording some in my garage, like doing demos in my garage. Yeah, the thing we just went through, we did it in 3 different sessions, so it wasn't like a normal album. Did it kind of like Sleep Slowly Mountains like that too. We did it in different sessions at the same studio, but you get different drum sounds on different days, different instrument sounds on different days, so.
Yeah.
And, so it got pieced together like a puzzle.
Yeah, and I know you were relatively, from what I understand anyway, reading the bio, you were reluctant to have it labelled as a solo project. You considered it more a statement, you against the world. Can you tell me about your reasons behind wanting to frame it that way?
I don't know. It just felt like it, you know what I mean, when I was writing the lyrics. The automaton is everything, swallowing mankind, including our consciousness. It's making everybody fucking at each other's throats, not realize that if there is no divide between us, we can figure it out. But it's these very, very rich billionaires that are putting lots of money into propaganda and campaigns to make people hate each other, make people not listen to each other at all. And we need to listen, So it was kind of like, this is my little thing to give a little bit of hope. At least some good music gets people through the day. And, I'm not saying much politically biased to any side of anything. I'm speaking my truth, just singing about things I want to sing about.
Yeah, well, you're a libertarian, mate, and it's great to see, great to hear. You're somebody who doesn't want to put shackles on anybody. You want people to explore their own truth and their own creativity, just as you do. You want to be that example to the rest of the world, and you are indeed that example.
Yeah. This is the thing. I think people spend too much time on their phones, and the phones tell them what to think. And I try to get off my phone like a couple days a week at least, just not use my phone as much as possible, and then people get mad at you. People get mad at me. They're like, I guess you're just not going to answer. I'm like, I turned my phone off for the day. I went to the woods, went shooting, or I went fishing. You know what I mean? I have to get the fuck out of all this fucking radiation going through my head, and some people would think you're crazy for that. Take their phone away, they drown in the rain. It's like, dude, we weren't meant to be like that. I think this tech push, like making us all bored a little bit and dividing us very much, because the algorithms, whatever, they just go like, you say cat litter, and cat litter will come up on your phone. I just think that's so weird that your devices listen to you.
Yeah, as someone who owns 2 cats here, I can definitely concur with that. Yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah. Hey, are you, this might sound like a naff question, but are you aware of the standing of Dopesmoker and amongst, people like me, dyed-in-the-wool metal fans? Are you aware of how revered that album is these days?
Yeah, to a degree I am. While we were making it, we didn't think it'd be like that. It's like a cult. I mean, it's crazy. Or not like a religious cult. It's like a movement of people that, I love playing those shows though, because those people feel it, and it's like really cool. Yeah. I like when people feel good about music that I created in.
Yeah. Do you call it Jerusalem or Dopesmoker, or you don't mind?
Oh, I call it Dopesmoker. The old version is Jerusalem, I guess. There's differences to it, and also we did a remix and master a while ago, and then I got a hold of those, and then we got the rights back to it, and that's been going good ever since. And it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then there's people at the shows wearing all the gear, the lead-ins and astronauts, all sorts of shit, which makes it fun, and then we'd have to come out with an astronaut suit with this bong thing on it with smoke blowing out. It's kind of like our our little metal fucking antics,
Yeah, indeed, yeah. What was just casting your mind back to when the you signed with London? Like Faith No More were on London. I remember that. Was it because Faith No More were on London you thought that they were going to give you, did you respect that you truly earned, that you felt that they were going to give you what they said, which was complete artistic license?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what I was thinking at that time. And we had been working on that song for fucking 4 years in between. We were sick of not doing anything, and we had a record people sitting on us. So we found a way to get out of it, and move forward. And yeah, we did that record, played a little bit of shows, and yeah, we all just kind of took a hiatus. We came back, we did a show with Chris, and those went so well. We did 2 shows with Chris over in England, and then we got back, and Chris didn't really want to tour. We got Jason Roeder, who's known us our whole lives, and really knew the Sleep material well, and seen the band. Yeah, the shows went well, and then we made a record, and then a couple singles, which is single for Sleep is like half of a side of a fucking record. So, yeah, it was good.
Indeed, yeah. Hey, I better do a time check. Have you got another interview coming through in about 3 minutes' time or so?
Yeah.
Bummer.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's always the way, isn't it? Yeah, no, but I'll let you go to the next one. But it's just it's a privilege to finally catch up with you. You can tell I'm a fan, and congratulations on a stunning career, Grammy Award winner. You've done it all, mate. I just love to listen to this solo album and music that you've got coming out in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Matt Pike, ladies and gentlemen, from Sleep and High on Fire, and now the proud, what would you call him? The mastermind. There you go. That works for me. The mastermind behind Pike Vs The Automaton. That's Matt Pike's semi-eponymously titled solo effort. It'll be out late February, I believe, 28th of February or thereabouts. My name's Andrew Mackay-Smith. I've got a book out called Scars and Guitars, Volume 1. It is semi-autobiographical. It's all about the conversations that I conduct for the podcast, my thoughts, my feelings, some deep reveals from some world-renowned heavy metal and rock and roll superstars are contained within the pages. Go across to my website, scarsandguitars.com. Look under the books tab. You can't go wrong. Again, my name's Andrew Mackay-Smith, and I'm the host of the Scars and Guitars podcast series. Until next time, it is a very goodbye for now.